Tom.
I'm on. I have a whole bunch of copies for you guys. I haven't shared these with the senior center yet. Plan to do that either today or tomorrow. Whoop, sorry. Basically what you have on the front page is the layout that Lois Warming with the College of Design did for us. Actually, her students did it. And it was part of their class, that's why it took a little bit longer working through the class. And they gave us several different options, and basically the class came up with the best options. And so the detail is attached, but the front one is the main layout. They don't have any cost estimates or anything yet. Most of it is supposed to be fairly economical, but they will work on some cost estimates if you would like, and I'm sure we would like. So, she would like to be here today, but of course, the campus is keeping her busy. Basically on the front page though, you know, they moved a lot of things around. Most of it's just shuffling things. They suggested to redo the front entry, where right now that whole entry towards the bottom of your front page, there's a fabricated wall that goes across there. Basically they made that more of a little entrance and moved all the their freezers, I guess, out in that entry into the kitchen where they should be. And then they made just a little sitting area up front. The bathroom, of course, is in that back corner of the gathering room, which they call it. And I know you're working on the plumbing in that now.
Jim said that they had started it. It's roughed in.
Okay. And then they actually put a wall in back there to show an office. And again, that can happen at any time or not. But basically their idea was to move everything from the very front where everyone comes in to where it'd be more business-like in the back, and kind of give them a personal space back there. They also put storage for chairs, tables, place to hang coats and that. And the one thing Lois said to make sure I express to you is on the bathroom, they put that little hallway and put the door towards the back, and that makes it more of a private type space. Whereas if the door is in the front, you're kind of open to the public.
Yeah, we intend to put that door on that west wall of the new bathroom.
Okay.
So that's, yeah, we're in agreement there.
And then, you know, she's drawn in some circular tables, which the people down there said they would rather have. And we're looking through ISU surplus. Sometimes we can get those off of campus for little or nothing. But right now, their tables suffice until they get funds to do that. Big changes come in the kitchen, and I know the door has been cut down in the basement. And there's one stairwell now, so that's a good thing, and we can utilize that space where the bathroom is. In this drawing, she shows, of course, I think that's just one freezer in there. Freezer or freezers at some point. And then along that, get my directions right, is it east wall?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
3 refrigerators would be lined up with cabinets above them. And that's kind of where the stoves are right now, and a little bit of
That'd be the
storage.
west wall.
West wall or east wall?
Correct, west wall, it's the west wall.
West wall.
And then the east wall, there's a sink there. All the stoves would fit along that east wall. And they would fit under the windows, which is good. And then she put in some cabinets and some base cabinets to give them some storage. But basically what they tried to do was consolidate the stoves in one area, the refrigerators and freezers in one area.
The thought of moving these freezers out of the front entrance is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really is. They shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And if you can get them into the kitchen and make it work, it's a whole
And that's, she took all the measurements, and so they kind of moved them around, and this is where they would all fit.
One issue there, probably that needs to be discussed, is that sink in the current existing bathroom will probably have to remain there as a hand washing station. We have no other place to put one, and Sherry Wilson recommended that there be a hand washing station separate from the regular kitchen sinks. And well, we kind of looked at it, and the kitchen sinks are in that center island right now.
Mhm.
And so there really isn't another place to put
What,
a hand washing.
I don't recall what kind of shape that sink is in. Is it
Well,
any
it's
good or not?
just an old porcelain sink. My point is,
Plumbing wise.
that's the only place to
Sure.
put one at this point. in time.
Okay, okay.
We can replace that sink, that's not.
And that's what I was just, I don't recall what the condition of
Yeah.
the sink is.
It's,
Well, it's got,
okay, it's
the
not.
porcelain isn't smooth. You know, it's old enough that you should replace it
Yeah,
because it
it's-
needs for, you know, bacteria. You know how, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not, on your own property, it's another thing in the basement, but where it's a public building, if it's not a smooth, cleanable sink, it kind of defeats the purpose of washing your hands if you got a cracked up,
Right.
soft old sink. And the sinks aren't that expensive. You know, $100, $150 buys a lot of sink.
But there really isn't any other place right now for a hand washing station, and that was
That makes good sense.
something that we kind of need to keep in mind. So I don't know what that does with your freezer relocation.
Yep, I will pass that along to Lois and have them
Okay.
think
And
about
another thing,
ideas.
while we're looking at this, in that new bathroom,
Mhm.
we placed the sink and the stool on that east wall, simply because that's how the plumbing worked out.
Sure,
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you.
And you can tell.
Thank you, Tom.
And yet, these are just suggestions.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
So, but the main concept was to clean up the kitchen, they utilize the same counter, that's the new counter with the sinks in it. They're matching, they took out that table that was just north of it, and actually, they're suggesting putting the same size countertop in there, so it all kind of flows back.
How much of the, and I guess I don't know, maybe someone else did, but I don't recall the conversation. This hallway and the bathroom space, I mean, that does make good sense. Are we cutting down our usable area more than we should be, or as far as the dining area? This makes, I like the plan in that, you know, you could go in between the two of the hallway and not be always looking directly at the bathroom. I mean, that's a good idea. I just wondered how much we were sizing down our dining area.
Well, that measurement on that bathroom is pretty close to what we had penciled in just for our, in talking with the custodians. We had not planned on that chair and table storage area there. But I don't think, you know, there's, well, what have you got? 2, 4, 6, 8 people, 8 chairs at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, should be 4. I think right now they set dinner service for 8 or 10 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, most of their business is Meals on Wheels.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
And I think originally when they looked at it, the net, there was really no net loss of dining area after they moved things around and cleaned up, because there's a lot of space that they just can't use.
Well,
They have
and
stuff everywhere.
out here as well, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna gain a little bit.
That'd be a huge improvement, that front
Yeah.
entrance and, yeah.
Then they also, that there's a serving window right there now before you go into, right by the kitchen door as you leave the dining room into the kitchen.
Mhm.
But they can't use it because the stoves are there and everything. So this plan opened that up, so in case they ever do need to use serving windows for larger groups, then they could use that serving window and then have a counter below it, a short counter. The other big thing that she wanted me to make sure, when they move the stoves are gas. And we did look underneath that, you know, you would need to run a gas line over there, but it's open in the basement to where it would be pretty easy to run that gas over. You're not going through any concrete or anything. And then all the remaining documents behind it are just more detailed documents, kind of show what the cabinets look like, what the stoves look like, if you wanted to see it.